All right, everybody, we are here with Conscious Radio with your host, Abni Moreno, and special guest, Soul Providers. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yo, thank you for having us.
Hey.
Yes.
It's been a long time coming, actually. We've been wanting you guys on the show for a while, and I know we've been in touch for a little bit. So why don't you go ahead and catch up our audience of who you are, what you've been doing, and how you guys became Soul Providers.
Cool. What's up, podcast land? I'm Vile from SoulProviders, East of the River Network. I've been reading and writing all the time. Muddy?
Yeah, I'm Mighty Mutts, East of the River Soul Providers, doing the same thing as him, as alongside him for a few years now.
Yeah. So I know you guys known each other for a while. When did you guys meet?
Well, we grew up together. We lived on Dorothy Avenue in Southgate. So That's how we met. We met when we were like 5 or 6.
5 or 6?
Yeah, we were little vicious and little mighty.
What's
Yeah.
the earliest memory?
My earliest,
That's a good
and you know what's
question.
funny
Yeah,
too?
what's
Like
the
it was kind of just like
earliest?
process of elimination type friendship. Like
Mhm.
his best friend was my best friend,
Okay.
and then we became friends from that. It was us three kicking it, and
Right.
then he moved to Texas, and we were just like,
we can
well,
be
yeah,
friends.
we can
Yeah.
kick it, you know. And we might as well
course.
just and then
Yeah.
just through longevity and just like
Right.
personality, he's been a really cool cat. I mean, it's 21, 22-year friendship, and like we
Right.
don't argue, you know. What I'm saying? We don't
Yeah.
have like no bad blood, so. Yeah, it's chill.
There's
He's
never
not
been
that
one
much of an
argument?
asshole. No, there's arguments all the time. Because
There's a few.
at the there's a few. No, and then he's also my producer. So
Okay,
you know,
yeah. So
there's
you
a
guys
bunch of
work
arguments when in
together.
the studio, but also it takes that friendship, it takes that bond for him to be
Mhm.
like, hey, you can do better, and for me
Right.
to not get like, oh no, that was a good one. You know, I don't
Right.
get defensive. I get like, because it's really like a genuine like
Mhm.
you can do it better.
Right, because
And-
he believes in you. It's more
Exactly.
out of love than
yeah,
out
and he
of
knows what I'm
criticism.
capable of. So.
Yeah,
And vice versa, the same way he does all the visuals for Soul Providers
right.
and most for East of the River. So we know just like when you pass the ball on the court, you just know he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know.
So I can imagine that you guys been with each other and there for each other in really personable moments as well growing up. What's probably the most personal, most like heartfelt moment you guys shared as
Man,
children?
we're getting conscious radio. Conscious radio. We're getting too quick.
Like musically or like
Musically,
No, I want to know
personally?
personally.
Well, not
Because
to
I feel
get-
like that it affects maybe your guys' connection musically, but I want to go into you guys' relationship outside of that.
Well, I mean, not to get too dark, but I mean, shit. I was walking from Muddy's pad when I found out that my pops passed away.
Oh, really?
So like, yeah, we've been together for everything.
For
Through
everything.
lows, highs.
Right.
From traveling to Utah together and touring,
Yeah.
little minimal touring, but we're still
Mhm.
trying to get things working to like, the hard time.
Right.
We've always been there for each other.
And what'd you say to him to comfort him during that moment?
I think it took a while for
Yeah?
for him to kind of
To like
say
open up?
anything about it.
Yeah.
It took it was
Yeah.
he wasn't really saying it to people as much.
Right. Well, it's a personal thing.
So even
Yeah.
to me, he wasn't really saying. He didn't say anything until a little while after.
Yeah. Well, I always wonder how men communicate during emotional things like that.
Yeah, there is this, facade that men try to project, this machismo that you
Mhm.
can't share emotions. And that's why, like, to be honest, this whole, like, people taking their lives sadly is occurring so often.
Right.
Because we feel like it's not, it's not prevalent, it's not allowed, we can't share what we are.
Right.
And I know the thing, I'm a pretty, like, big guy. People sees me as very, like, masculine, but
Mhm.
you have to share your emotions. You have to be
Right.
able to, like, excavate that out, because if not, it just bottles up.
Right.
And then you do something drastic and,
So can you guys share with each other pretty easily like that? Like as well as you guys share in the music arena?
Yeah, we have to be, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? There's times where, like, it's not even pertaining to each other.
Yeah.
It's more so just like life is getting rough, and sometimes you
Mhm.
just need to vent it out. You don't even need like an opinion. You don't
Right.
need like advice. You just need someone
Mhm.
to vent it out. Like, man, I had a really rough day.
Right.
Let it out, cool.
Yeah. And do you put that in your music? That emotional side of you, that personable side
Yeah,
of you?
yeah. I'm pretty sure like if you listen through the whole catalog, like people know like my pops passed away because he used to gangbang.
Right.
And my brother passed away 11 months before my pops
Wow.
because he had cancer. So I like very much put my emotion
So
into
you got
it.
2 hits in 1 year?
Yeah. And this is when I was really young. This is when I was 11 and 12.
Mhm.
So I just remember after that I got real isolated. Like
Yeah.
it's funny because me and Muddy really changed roles. Like in
Mhm.
high school, he was very like isolated into himself.
Right.
And I would have to like bring him into the group and like, you know, always include him.
Like
And
make
now
him
it's
social?
it's the
Yeah.
opposite. Like I just want to stay home, read and write. And he's like, nah, we got to come out to the show. You got to
Right.
network. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Mhm.
all true. It's all so we can grow.
You guys are balancing each other out, right?
Yeah, very much so. He used to be. He was. It got to the point where we were in high school, and you know, like when you have a friend group,
Mhm.
and you know, like, oh, you know who the leader is and stuff.
Yeah.
He was
The
always
ringleader?
Yeah, he was always the leader. And like when I mentioned
It's
it to him,
unspoken, but
Yeah.
people know. Yeah.
when I mentioned it to him, he was like, "No, I'm not." I'm like, "No, what do you mean? No, you're not. Like, you are the guy that tells us all what to do. Like, how do you not?" And then he was like, "No." And then finally he got it.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess I am the leader."
Yeah.
So now, just I'm the leader now.
those
That's
those
what I
humble
am.
beginnings. Those
I'm just
humble
playing.
beginnings. That's so interesting to me. What I liked a lot too in your guys' Soulful video, you guys put a little like snippet of when you were like 16, right? Where was it you, Money, that went that walked
No,
into
that
the
was
water?
me.
That was you.
See,
Okay.
that's the bad part is like, since he is the photographer, he's never in the memories. But we all know, like, if we hear a giggle or any commentary,
Yeah.
we know it's Muddy. You know what I'm saying?
So just to explain to our audience, in the video you like stop the music, right?
Yeah.
And then focus on this one little old video that you guys had in like 2007 or something.
Yeah.
And it was just a bunch of water, it was raining, and you just stepped in it. What was the motivation for that?
Yeah, that was just so random. Yeah, I'm gonna let Muddy tell this one.
So I had just gotten my camera, so I was
Yeah.
really excited. So I was filming my friends like do some funny stuff.
Yeah.
And then like I think that day we were just walking somewhere, I forgot where, and it was raining, or it had just finished raining, and there was just a big puddle. And then I clearly remember we were walking down the street, and I was like, "Hey, just step in that puddle." And he's like, "All right." He did not hesitate. He was like, "Okay." And then he came up with a dialogue like, "Hey, I'm about to attempt to walk on water." And then it got so funny that I just stopped it. I didn't even wait for it to continue. I was like, "Oh my god."
Nah, it was yeah, that was all on point, but it wasn't raining. I remember I even went to Muddy's house to go call him. It was a fire hydrant. Someone hit a fire hydrant. Remember? Yeah, that's what it was. Someone had hit a fire hydrant, and it was just boom. And I was like, and me and Muddy only lived like 3 blocks away, so I was like, I have to go get him. I went to go get him, and we went back. He's like, "Yo, look at all the water," and it's just splashing up. I'm like, "Yo," and then I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna walk on that." Like I obviously didn't, but I tried, and that's all that matters is that I tried. You know?
Yeah, of course.
At least now I know I can't walk on water yet.
Yet. One day.
Oh my God, my biggest pet peeve in life is wet socks.
Oh
I hate
no!
walking around
But you
with
had wet socks that day.
Yeah, definitely. Voluntarily, I had
Voluntarily,
wet socks.
that was your choice.
I knew what I was serving myself. But it was funny. It was for the laugh, you know. But it was, yeah. And then, that was all like a little birthday present for me because we dropped the video and the album on my birthday. And Muddy had, I guess, went back to the apartment that I lived at, you know, when my pops and my bro was still here.
Yeah.
And he like took footage of everything. I didn't know that was gonna be in the video, you know. So it was like a little birthday present, you know. We always like show love like that, you know. Facts. It's my broski.
That's so nice. Stay cute.
Yeah,
Hashtag stay cute.
Stay cute, bro. Hashtag stay cute. No, like how we met, that was the Dorothy Avenue on Firestone and in between Firestone and Southern. Like,
yeah.
I lived on the second from the corner house, and then he lived on the 6th house away from mine.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was,
whose house did you guys stay at more? Because, you know, there's always one house where you like are always at.
Probably.
No, your mom didn't do the company.
Or the park, probably.
At the park?
So. Yeah, I think we were.
So no one's house.
Yeah, I had Mega Man and stuff. But like, I remember going to your house watching a few things. I remember I saw Basketball at your house for the first time. That was tight. That's a good movie. Yeah.
What's it called?
Basketball.
No, I've never seen that.
Oh man. Oh, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
I'm not gonna like it.
No,
you don't think I'll like it?
But yeah, he lived like 6 houses away, and the thing that sucks is that there was a certain, 2007, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they kicked like most of us out of the street because they wanted to build a elementary school. So there's a certain point of that block where it just like from here on, it all got it all got demolished pretty much, and they built elementary school. So pretty much like our memory bank, like. Bam! It just cuts, and my house is just gone. But his house is still pretty good.
Unfair.
Yeah,
that's unfair.
So his house is still there, so I couldn't go back to my house and put my my house there and my memories. But I went back to his house and I just you know kind of put it in there just so he can see it and be like, oh shit, like that was my fucking house. Yeah.
So you guys don't have, like you said, a memory box. You don't have that anymore. Like you have nothing.
Nah,
He
they're
does.
still like, you know how like, and it's funny too, like when it comes to senses, like if I
Yeah.
smell something that smells how Muddy's house used to smell like, I'll get like an old memory of like a whole bunch of random cats around his house. Like,
The cats would just chill at
or
his
he had
house?
like a long pathway from the entrance of his gate to his actual house. It was in the
Okay.
back, and it was like a lot of trees. So I always felt like I was like traveling through an Amazon, like having to go like see this fool in the Lost Ark or something.
Yeah.
That was always sad though. Yeah. It's always sad to just look back and
Just to look
reflect,
back.
you know.
Well,
And
it's
we
nice that
barely
you
do
guys
that.
have so much history with each other. You know what I mean? It's nice to know that
Yeah.
about you. And I feel like it shows in your music. Like it made that video that much more personable. Like if that small part put a smile on my face because it reminded me of different memories that I had with my friends.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Why don't we talk about So Full, the album coming out?
Oh, the album. Well, actually, Soulful's already out. It dropped on my birthday, April 26th.
April
You can get
26th.
that at soulprovidersla.com.
Nice
It's our newest work. It's our first studio album. It's our
Mhm.
first work being part of East of the River Network. So
Mm.
we definitely wanted to come out swinging, and I would say we did. You know, it still has elements of our old stuff where you'll get the lyrical bars and you'll get like the consciousness. Shout outs Conscious Radio. But we also with Muds being added to the lyrical content, and
Yeah.
it just added a whole nother dimension that to just have fun. You know, not
Right.
always. You don't always have to be the Nas of everything. You know what I'm saying? You can be some Biggie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You could be like just have fun, and that's
It
kind
can
of
be
what we
lighthearted.
incorporated. Yeah,
It can be
exactly.
lighthearted.
Like just easy listening,
Mhm.
and that's what I've learned as an artist and just being open minded.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we touched on this time. It was like the first time we actually went to a studio and we were
Mhm.
there for the process, recording process, the mixing, mastering process.
Wow.
Even the scratching, all the little stuff that we wanted to add in there. We were there for every mix session, every little thing, every
Everything.
step of the way. Yeah, and then
How'd you feel being on there lyrically?
it was great. It was
Yeah.
it was the first time, so I felt a little
Yeah? Did it feel weird? Like you have to kind of get used to it?
that yeah, I guess it kind of did.
Mm-hmm.
But it was more so because being compared to his
Oh.
voice and his style and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, oh crap! Like, I can't compare it to his
Yeah.
because if you listen to his stuff, it's very intricate and very well thought out and well
Mhm.
planned out. So if you hear it, you're gonna have to hear it again and again to be
Mhm.
like, oh, yeah, that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Oh, we know the type.
And I was like,
We
man,
know
like
the
I
type.
can't compare to that. So I just,
Mhm.
I had to find my own voice and my own
Right.
way of doing it. And
Well, you have to be you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
pretty
To accent
much,
him.
yeah.
Because you yourself already accent him. So you
Right.
just have to show that.
Yeah, and then also I think like you said, being you
Mhm.
and having your own personification. Like I mean, I read and write a lot. Like that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Muddy likes to have fun and joke around a lot, so that's what he brings to the table,
Mhm.
and it juxtaposes well because, like I always said, that like Soulful is one of the like better received songs
Mhm.
because like if it's different if Muds try to come in there and sound like lyrically and
Mm.
conscious like me, or if I completely changed my style and just went like simplistic and fun.
Mhm.
It's two different styles, two different people performing their art, and that's why it just it bounces off each other well,
And
then,
it brings different energies to the song anyways.
exactly. And then
So-
I think that one is it's the only one we recorded so far, but that one actually shows the chemistry we have. Because if you've ever seen a live performance of us, we're very much known for our energy and chemistry.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I could just get a breath in, and he already knows when to pick up the bar.
Right.
yeah, it's funny because like we've been doing it since like 2010 or 11, and even like when we did the song and we recorded it and all this
Mhm.
stuff and everybody heard it, there was a few people that were like, oh yeah, like what about it? And it was like, it's my first one. And they're like,
yeah.
what do you mean it's the first? Like we've seen you rap for like
yeah.
the past like few years, and I'm like, no, I've never been on. Like it's only been him.
Yeah. They're like,
He
are
was
you
like,
sure?
How is this you? They're like, how is this your first
They're
one?
like, I have a
it's
distinct memory of
yeah,
you
that's
rapping.
what they would always. That's what they would always say. They said that I was no way. This is the first one since we've seen you do
Right.
this so many times, and it's like no, it's the first time.
Yeah.
So that's very special to us
Yeah.
to have that there. The first
It's
studio.
kind of nice that like people already kind of accept you
Yeah,
as that in their head.
that's great.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? That
I
image.
felt very well received. Well
Yeah.
like they welcomed me with open arms. It was nice.
That's good.
Yeah, like luckily I got to be there for his first recording process, and me and Mezcal, shout out to Viva Mezcal. While he was engineering him, we hear him in the booth, and he's delivering it like very well, better than expected for your first time, So like me and Mezcal get all like giggly, like what the hell, dude? Like, are you serious? You can't hear it.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Because when you're in the vocal booth for the first time and you're very very vulnerable, because that's how you get when
exposed.
you're
people
very
are
exposed and people are like waiting for you to say it like the right way. You feel so like, oh crap, like I hope they're gonna do it right.
Yeah.
And then I hear giggles, I'm like, oh crap, I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing it right.
How sad.
And
He's
then,
probably like they're laughing at me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I felt. I was like, oh, they're fucking laughing at me. And then like when we recorded the first try, I went like for the few bars that I had until before he continues, and when I delivered that one, like I heard like oh shit, and then I go outside and they're like, dude, that was awesome, and I was like oh shit, that's awesome, like that felt great. I was like, yeah, thanks, yeah.
Yeah, so that was really tight. That's what this album, we got to contribute with it. So that's what I think brings it so special. And it's been well received. The album sales are doing great. People are buying the sweaters and the merchandise.
Did
and
you
the
guys
bookmarkers.
hug after you recorded that?
Definitely. We were just like group hug. You know what I'm saying? We're not always that cute, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's like, what are you talking about? We always
hug. Every time we see each other, we always hug. It's not a crazy thing. We even we don't have it right now, but we have necklaces.
You have matching necklaces?
Yeah, mine says best and his says friends.
That's cute.
Yeah, they're like little tape cassettes.
Little cassettes.
Yeah,
That's
so like when we perform at shows, it's always like it's always the conversation thing. Like,
see it. You don't have them on?
Yeah.
Oh. You have it in your
we'll
little,
definitely bring it next
your
time.
little man bag right there? No.
It's a satchel, please. It's a satchel, please. Indiana Jones had one.
Cute.
Oh yeah, he has. Yeah, there you
Just
see.
so you can see it.
But then it's always funny because his says best.
Yeah.
So he could rock
so
his.
you like
He could rock his by himself.
Right.
Mine says friends. So I'm like the sidekick. I can't rock that by myself. So I have to have him there. Like it's
people
like the Wonder
like,
Twins.
All right.
If you guys remember the Wonder Twins when they would like touch the rings, Wonder Twin powers activate in the form of SoulProvider.
Do you guys do that?
Before every performance, we do the Dewey Cox. We just like kind of post up in the back and just like think for an hour and a half about our lives. We see the Temptations. The Temptations.
Oh man. I love that though.
True.
I love that connection, and I love when people are not afraid to show affection for the people that they love or people that are meaningful in their lives, especially because without the other person, your life would be completely different. It'd be the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
the result would be different. And I know so many people, and not to be generalized, but there's so many men that I know that aren't comfortable showing affection like that, even for their friends. So I love that. I love that about you guys.
Yeah, it helps that we've been best friends for so long.
Yeah.
So we kind of got
friends
over the whole let's not be vulnerable around each other or whatever. So it's kind of like a second nature thing now.
Yeah.
We're just together.
Yeah. We're just together.
Yeah, that's a fact. I was at this fool's wedding. I was one of his best men. I mean, his brothers and also his wife's brothers were.
Yeah.
But I was there and I remember being in the back because I was like, yo, if I cry, I'm not about to let anybody see me cry. I'm about to just be posted right here, like just chilling. And I
with one tear
almost
coming down.
a little bit maybe cried, but I was just like,
right.
Yeah, that's right. Go get married. You go marry her, much. Yeah. Nah. So we've been there,
Did you make a speech or no?
Nah, I didn't do no best man speech. I'm an alcoholic, so. No, I'm just. I'm not an alcoholic, but I do drink. So he's like, "Nah, you ain't getting no mic."
Do it right now. Do it right now.
Best man speech. Okay.
All right, this is for all the best men out there. Keep partying. No, I don't know. For being able to freestyle really well, yeah. I can't. For public speaking, I was like, nah, I can't.
You can't get all nervous.
Yeah, I would just say that. I was like, you go get married. You marry her. Marry her. Like, I'm just more of a cheerleader, like a hype man. You do that. Yeah, put that ring on.
You're a hype
That's
man.
right.
Hype man.
Say I do.
Well, I think this is a perfect time to take a break. We will show your music video, So Full.
Sweet.
And we'll be back. This is Conscious Radio.
Absolutely nothing, nada, nil, zero, zilch, nothing. But when we hit the function, we have fun and kick back, let the soul vibe out. Hey there, my name is Mighty Muds. Hi, nice to meet you. I hope you're having fun. Sit back, relax, we'll show you how it's done. Now here's a couple words from one of my best buds. What up? I'm love struck by this feeling inside. Nonsensical sentences, no sentiment, so penmanship. Per usual, my 9 to 5 is rhyming live. I make the stage my cubicle. Normally it's poetry when I spit that fluid, but right now I'm kicking back like a sweet chin music. The most that divine, duo there's no denying. Now back to my man Muzz, the mightiest the rhyme. It's the SoulProviders, yes, and we came fresh, fresher than a fabuloso. I'll let you know though that we some funky jazzy cholos. And now that I got your attention, I came to start blessing any mic that comes to my possession. It's the new soul, so let's get this session. We from Southgate, representing. So brothers from the barrio, bumping out your stereo. My favorite jam back in the day was Scenario, and it still is the ceiling. The ceiling's on fire by the man with the cannon in hip-hop, secret admirer. This is a song about absolutely nothing, nada, nil, zero, zilch, nothing. But when we hit the function, we have fun and kick back and let the soul vibe out. This is a song about absolutely nothing, nada, nil, zero, zilch, nothing. But when we hit the function, we have fun and kick back and let the soul vibe out. My favorite cereal to grub is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I let it chill in the milk till it's time to munch. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, even have it for brunch. I don't know what I'm here for, but I might have a hunch. The funky bunch from the east to the river. Watch you chickens quiver, stand and deliver. Kinda like mustard, straight out the cupboard. Cold spicy custard, just like no other. Double dip chips, that's for dinner. Posted with Zachary, watching Jerry Springer. Feeling like kids just messing around. Knocking on the table, just making these sounds. A boom bap, your booty raps just can't relate. You ain't y'all nothing in a minute, boy, you constipate. Constellations, contemplation, vicious, be a tourist. Which I find ironic, cause they always see the Gemini. Genocidal whackness, rappers getting caskets. Something for the gunslingers and backpackers. As we unify and desegregate sex and race, size and shape, muddy set them straight. Hey yo, fuck that, I'm so full, gushing out the realest. Never have I done this, showing so much feeling. So just a reminder, the song's about nothing. What more can I say? Stop fronting. This is a song about absolutely nothing. Nada, nil, zero, zilch, nothing. But when we hit the function, we have fun and kick back and let the soul vibe out.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. Gangster.
Serás mi sol de cada día. What's the time? What's the time? What's the time?
Hey yo, the soul brother ain't no other quite as accurate. Chest cavities, crack hands, clench when I add them in. What's happening is cancerous when I cast a mist. The cannabis is candlelit, immaculate as Nazareth. So pass the split, no need for error in my mind. Cause spiritually I start to cheat like Native American tribes. It's error and not terrorize and be ready to die. You run for your life, you lack the pride to even stare in my eyes. You stereotype the time to hide the beast inside of me. I beat them sitting silently, society stifled by the side of me. You sound asleep inside a dream, I'm sorry Socrates, shocking with the blood of pumping up inside of me. Insightfully, I be the one illuminator, bring the sun, beasting up a season for no reason till I see some blood. I need the rush, euphoric forces come from torturing. Alone I'm Mount Olympus, writing lyrics as the torch is lit. Forfeit the tournament, you're forbidden to win. Start pleading the fifth, the simple style you bit was a sin. Once again, this overstole the golden forms of agony. Morph the animalities, no maladies, no longer actuality. Dualities, a fallacy beyond that, not phased by fatalities. There's more to combat, a more comrade, a boom bap, resurrection. Forever repping effervescent methods of madness. A madman, chain snatching and stay laughing. Alpha papes can't be contained. I'm straight jacking with blades, slashing the fragments to ace, blazing like gamma gamma rays. In my ganja strains as I medicate, meditate, metamorphic at the 40s of euphoria. The California warrior, clash with any foreigner, deforming the formula. Vicious with the formula, never be a turn, don't get it twisted in the mix. I'm immense, vicious incisions inflicted on the innocent. Hell, I'll be sent to it, cause of these sentences I'm sitting in the symphony. Started from the soul and it still is. Visuals, melodies, and words, check the skill set, ninja.
All right, welcome back to Conscious Radio. We're here with Soul Providers. Hey.
Yeah.
And thank you guys so much for joining me and telling me all these entertaining stories
Yeah, thank
and
you.
letting me get to know your guys' past and your friendship. I feel very special. You guys letting me in to that part of you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. It's amazing here. It feels great.
Yeah.
Feels great.
You guys feel
Feels great.
welcomed?
Yeah, I
Mm,
feel
Conscious.
very sugary. Feel nice. Feel great today, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Feels
It's
great.
really pink in here. I hope that's all right.
Oh, I
with
love
you.
the lights. The lights are my favorite. So good. Oh, so good.
It's so good.
So delicious. So good. So good.
So we just watched a video, one of your guys' older music videos. And Muzzy, you said that you had a story?
Yes.
that
Okay.
video?
So
we wanted to hear the story.
So rhyme time. Rhyme time. We So I had this idea for the video way before. When we recorded that one, I was like, oh, this would be so perfect if we shaved your beard or
Yeah.
shaved your head or something, like something different.
Right.
So I told him to grow out his beard, told him to grow out his hair. So
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
And I think probably like 8 to 10 months it
Yeah.
took until we were like, all right, let's film it like now.
Mm-hmm.
So so what we did was I took out like the hinges from the cabinet door above the sink of the restroom, and I put the camera in there, and then we were filming the whole thing, and then we only had like 2 takes or 1 take to do it because he's shaving his head off. He's shaving his head. So we were like, okay, cool, we got to get it. So we did it probably 2 times or 3 times.
Yeah.
And he was just shaving his, shaved his head, and it looks great.
Yeah.
And so he shaved the whole top of his head. He was all bald. He just left the beard, and then like after a while, he just started shaving this off. So he only kept like the goatee type.
Right.
So it looked very like very gangster.
Yeah.
It looked so tight. Very
Yeah.
Cycle Realm, yes, because it was like kind of like an homage to it because they
Yeah.
have a video, something like that,
Oh,
similar,
okay.
but not as detailed or whatever. So my follow-up thing after that was that I wanted, besides the restroom shots, I wanted to go to the riverbed, which I kind of live by.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to the
What?
okay.
What
So we
is
went to the
it?
so we went to the riverbed, and we were walking down towards it. And
Yeah.
as we were walking down towards it, he's bald as fuck. And then as we're walking down towards it, we see some guy, and he's just like, he just yells at us, and we were just like, whatever. And then we go down onto the like where the water would be. And then as we're going down, like the guy was, hey fool, and then he comes out, he's like, what's up? And he takes out a gun. And
Oh,
he
shit.
fucking like, what is that? What's the word? Clocks it or something? Yeah, so he cocks it,
What's
right?